There is a new award-winning documentary about a singer, songwriter, and actor who has been in 77 movies and TV shows. He has had multiple platinum and gold records and a top 10 hit. He's also been nominated for a Grammy and a Golden Globe. But he's still constantly compared to his brother. Here's a sneak peek at Stallone. Frank, that is.
I get a call in 1975 from my brother. My brother had moved to California. He is starting a little movie called Rocky and says, "I need a song." Why he called me? Because there was no budget. I remember just sitting there going, "Take it back, dun, dun, dun," on my guitar, just figuring something out. And eventually I wrote the song.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Frank Stallone. What an honor to have you here.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. I love Nashville, and this was a wonderful thing to do.
I think you may be one of the most versatile entertainers I've ever met, because I've seen you act my favorite
Tombstone?
film. Tombstone.
Yeah.
You know, people don't probably even realize.
No, I never get recognized because I only did, out of 77 movies, I did 2 movies I wore a mustache, Tombstone and Barfly, and had the same name, Eddie. So, but people go, you're
Eddie.
Tombstone? Yeah, but of course I had a handlebar mustache, you know.
You know, I've seen that clip a gazillion times because I love the movie.
Oh, Val Kilmer and I.
Yeah. What a great
But I guess
film.
I actually live, so if they ever do Tombstone 2, the only 2 left are Kurt Russell and myself.
Yeah. You know, all the others have died at the
they're
OK
gone.
Corral.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know, you also, the opening song to Rocky, Take Me Back,
Yes.
you wrote it, you sang it. I think a lot of people say, oh, that's the guy that did that.
That's what this whole movie, Stallone, Frank, that is about. Now, why I named it Stallone, Frank, that is with the big thing and little Frank,
Yeah.
because I've done 77 movies, 60 of them are lousy. They're cheap, you know.
That's honesty.
It was like, we can't afford 20 million, but 20,000 we'll get Frank. So I did these movies, and I knew what they were going to do. I played along with the game. And they go, so when the movie would come out in VHS, the whole top of it would be like this, Stallone. So people come in and go, wow, Sylvester's got a new movie. And then they go, oh, Frank, all right. So I did a movie with Christopher Mitchum, Robert Mitchum's son, the big Savage Harbor, Stallone, Mitchum, they're back. Frank and Chris. So it's called.
I bet it sold some movies.
Yeah, out of curiosity, they're probably saying, you know, I've done some movies that are so bad that they're actually brilliant, because no one could consciously go out of their way to make a movie that horrible.
You know, you're also, though, a true world-class musician.
Oh, thank you.
No, I mean, I've seen so much of the stuff you've done musically. And I mean, obviously, that is a real part of who you are.
That's more who I am. I mean, I've done the movies, but basically, I learned on the job. In other words, I didn't go to Juilliard or the Royal Academy, you know. I barely got out of high school. So, I mean, so basically, I learned on the job. I mean, I was always a ham anyway, but I learned to act on the job. But I would consider myself more or less a singer, songwriter, musician.
Now, in the film, Stallone, Frank, that is, which is a wonderful documentary people can get.
Nice.
Your brother is a part of it, and he talks about that relationship with you. Arnold Schwarzenegger is in it. A lot of very famous celebrities.
Yeah, some Danny Aiello, Guns N' Roses, Hall & Oates, Bon Jovi, Richie from Bon Jovi. So a lot of people I've grown up with. Now, people go, so what made you want to do a documentary? So I go, wait. I did not want. They came to me. It wasn't like, hey, you know what? My career's in the toilet. I'll make a documentary of myself. So it wasn't like that. It was like, you know, so these young filmmakers from Texas came to me and go, Frank, I tell you, we like to do a documentary. I go, really? You know, because this point I've been beat up so bad for 45 years. I was like, really? What else? So I gave them all the names of the people I'd known.
Yeah.
And they went out. I was not at any of the interviews because I wanted to be surprised. Now, some people would say, he was a creep back then, you know, whatever. So all of a sudden, I go to see the screening of it, and I'm like, I had a legal pad. and I'm going to redline this thing. Nah, I don't like my hair in that shot. Well, I never like my hair in any shot. So anyway, all of a sudden I'm watching this movie, and I totally, almost like elevated, got out of myself, and like I was watching the movie, because I'm not really everyone else is talking about me, and I'm put in there here and there, you know?
Yeah.
And I never thought my brother, he comes up, he says, you know, he goes, my brother Frank's as good as I am, everywhere as good as I am at what I try to do. And he's never said that to me. That's pretty cool, considering for his career.
It's even better that it's on film. You can capture it forever.
Absolutely. So I can always hold him to it. You know, the funny thing is, like, when people ask me about how Staying Alive came about, how I got the music in it, very quick, I went to the Paramount lot. I'd heard from third person that my brother's directing the sequel to Saturday Night Fever. The Bee Gees had a falling out, they left the movie. So I already submitted 11 songs and got them all rejected. So my brother has two tones when he calls. There's one that he's mad at me, I did something, and the other one is he wants something. So what usually he's like, all right, Frank. And this one was like, hey, brother. I said, oh, here we go. He goes, you remember those songs you wrote? I go, of course I remember them. You rejected them. I worked hard on it. He goes, but listen, I'm going to have lunch at John Travolta's tomorrow because John's depressed. I go, you mean John's depressed? Really? I'm in a $90 apartment. He's in a $4 million home depressed, right? So I go over there with a cassette, and he goes like this. So he's sitting there talking. John's got a long face. And I'm kind of sitting between it, and I'm laughing because it's like Barbarino from Welcome Back Kotter talking to Rocky. Right? So all of a sudden he goes, and of course my brother, but he goes, I just want to play some of his music I found. I go, really? Okay. So he puts the cassette in, and all of a sudden John's eating, and all of a sudden he's starting to go, wow, that's great. Wow, that's really cool. And he's listening to the whole song. I'm literally having a coronary attack because I've been rejected 40-odd years. All of a sudden, it's like John Travolta's liking my music, and this is the sequel to Saturday Night Fever. And then he said to my brother, he goes, that's great, man. Who wrote that? He points at me like I'm Fredo from Godfather 2. He goes, Frankie. And John went, Frankie? Like I was like the court jester. And from the grace of God, and I believe it was a divine intervention, I ended up with 9 songs in the movie, got nominated for a Grammy, Golden Globe, and it was pretty good. And my career was over.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
All of that is in the documentary. Everyone needs to get a chance to see it. It's called Stallone. Frank, that is. Hey, Keith, would you please tell our viewers how they can see this terrific film and find the great music of Frank Stallone?
Well, Stallone, Frank that is available now for pre-order. You can learn more about the documentary as well as Frank's albums, live concert dates, and more by visiting frankstallone.com.